Hey everybody, Derek Gilbert here with Keller Williams Realty, owner of the Gilbert Group here in the Denver Tech Center. And to start off the new year, I wanted to kind of start with a recap of 2018 and talk a little bit about what we're expecting here in 2019. We're going to be doing some updates here throughout the year. We're going to try to get these out monthly and just really try to help people keep in tune with what's happening in the Denver real estate market, because we're definitely seeing a lot of changes. There's a lot of different information going on out there, and so I wanted to bring some clarity to it today, share some stats with you guys, share some insights that we received here recently at the Denver Economic Summit, as well as some articles you're seeing here online as well. So let's just get rolling with it. I wanted to kind of jump into what we saw happen in 2018, because it was a really volatile year here in the Denver real estate market. In fact, according to Realtor.com, 2018 was the most competitive real estate market we've ever had in history. So there you go. So any of you that were out trying to buy a home last year, the first half of 2018 in Denver, you definitely felt that. What we saw last year was from January through about June, the real estate market in Denver was fierce. Pretty much everything that you wrote offers on had multiple offers on it. It was really competitive. We saw a lot of money flying around in the Denver real estate market, and homes were going way above list prices. We saw buyers bringing in money over appraisal, all kinds of things. So great for sellers, great for the market in general, really difficult for buyers. Moving into 2019, we're definitely starting to see that multiple offer, fierce competitiveness start to slow down, but it hasn't fully gone away, and I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So just know that we're still going to see some of that this year, and we're going to kind of have a similar pattern in 2019 as 2018 as far as the first half of the year and the second half of the year. So let's kind of talk about that second half of the year in 2019 or 2018. Right around August, we saw the Denver real estate market kind of come to almost a screeching halt. And a lot of that was driven by the Fed increasing interest rates. We saw interest rates very quickly increase last year, and this happened across the entire country. This isn't just Denver metro area. The whole country as a whole saw about a 60 to 90 day window where the market pulled back about 4 to 5%. It pulled back in about 4 to 5% for sales as well as pricing. Now, we typically have some seasonality in Denver that might not stretch across the entire country, but usually we do see a slowdown in the fall. It's pretty median. It's about 2-3% pullback in pricing. We see a little bit of slowdown in sales. Last year was much more pronounced, and that was driven by the fact that interest rates had gone from mid-4s to 5 to 5.5% during that time. So buyers started pushing back. Home sellers were still kind of stuck in the past, the prior 6 months, thinking that they were going to get multiple offers, and the market gridlocked itself. So naturally, a lot of people pulled their homes off the market. In essence, that actually started showing up in November and December. So even though we had higher inventory levels, what we saw as a business was a lot of our buyers found some really good deals last fall. We had buyers get into the market that had been battling for months trying to find homes, and then all of a sudden they found themselves in a position where they could start negotiating. So it was a really good thing overall, and we've definitely started seeing that correct. So as we got into the latter part of the year and even here into January, we're actually seeing the market pick up quite a bit. In fact, December of 2018 was by far the best December that I've had in 18 years of doing real estate. So it's interesting how you can have these shifts happen so quickly. And it's going to be something that we're really going to watch as we move into this year, because oddly enough, rates went from 5 to 5.25. Now they're back down to 4.25, 4.5%. And this had nothing to do with the Fed. The Fed hasn't dropped interest rates. This is the banks taking action and trying to speed the market back up. So let's talk a little bit about some of the stats that we saw last year. So median home price through all of this volatility actually was up about 6 to 7% across the Denver metro area last year. Average was $522, median was $440,000. So that's a pretty high price point. That actually put Denver as the 12th most most expensive real estate market in the entire country last year, with Boulder actually being the 7th most expensive market in the entire country last year. Our inventory, December of 2018 over 2017, was actually up 44%. So we closed out the year last year with about 5,500 active homes for sale versus 3,500 active homes for sale in 2017. I think we're going to continue to see that inventory level increase here in 2019. We're speculated to see about another 6% increase in active homes for sale by the end of this year, which is going to equate to about another 4 to 6% increase in appreciation. So we're not going to see home values fall this year. We're going to see a healthy growth coming into 2019. And I think we're going to have a great first half of the year. We're going to start to see things flatten out as we get into the summer. And then the second half of the year, we're probably going to see some more of that pullback in the real estate market, depending on what happens with our inventory. So a lot of this is going to be based off of, do we see interest rates jump up this year? How quickly do our inventory levels increase? That's why we're going to really watch this on a monthly basis. So if you're watching this video, keep watching them, because I'm going to do updates throughout the year, and we're really going to keep a close eye on what's happening here in the Denver real estate market. Something else that's really interesting that actually came up out of the Denver Economic Summit was a big discussion about millennials, right? Everybody talks about millennials, but they are actually going to have one of the largest impacts on the real estate market over the course of the next 5 years. In 2020, the largest number of millennials are going to turn 30 years old. The reason that's important is because the average first-time home buyer is typically about 30 years old. So we're going to have a ton of buyers within the next year to 2 years that are all turning 30 years old, that are going to be primed and ready to be first-time home buyers here in the Denver market. In fact, 45% of all sales are going to be millennials over the next couple of years. So as a real estate company and as a real estate business, that's something that we're also going to really need to watch for and really try to help some of these first-time home buyers get into the market. Unfortunately, one of the things that they're plagued by is student debt. Student debt is by far one of the biggest issues that we have in the country right now. It's one of the biggest problems for that age bracket, for that demographic of buyers, because money that they would normally be saving towards a down payment and getting into their first property is actually being paid towards student debt. So what's happening is, I don't have the chart up here in front of me, but what's interesting is the largest demographic of people moving into Denver in the past 5 years was actually people 65 years and older. And what's happening is parents are moving in with millennials. They're buying homes together again, or millennials have gone back in with their parents' properties. So we were completely shocked by that when we saw the stats last year. We were not thinking that that was going to be the age bracket that was going to make up the majority of moves within Denver, but it actually is. So that's another thing that we're going to watch for, is what's happening with first-time millennial home buyers and what's happening with their parents, and how does that affect the Denver real estate market. So those are some things that as a homeowner you should kind of be insightful about, because if you're thinking about selling, that's going to be a big target market of who we're going to be going after. Also, those are going to be the people that we're going to start seeing leave the nest and get out on their own and start buying properties and things like that. So anyways, I hope you found this information useful. Check back in with us in another month. The link that you've provided, we're going to keep that up to date. So as you're getting these emails, as you're clicking these links, you're going to see these videos update throughout the year. Obviously, if you know anyone thinking about buying a home or selling a home or investing in real estate, give us a call. You can reach me here at 720-480-9877. I have our entire real estate team that's ready to help you, and we will walk you through the entire process. Whether you are a seasoned veteran, you've bought and sold a ton of homes, or you're a brand new buyer, we can help you across the entire process and really try to help figure out what's the best timing for you, what is going to make the most sense as far as improvements on homes, where should you be buying, all those things. We're very in tune in the Denver real estate market. In fact, my team for the past 3 years has been in the top 50 agents across the entire Denver metro market. I think we've got 15 or 20,000 realtors here. So we are really in tune to the market and would love to educate you on it as well. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon.